good or bad for relationships and the church? Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Press play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
Nice.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff. You can find me on Facebook at Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast, on Instagram at the Real Cigar Jeff, on TikTok at the Real Cigar Jeff, on Twitch at the Real Cigar Jeff, on YouTube. Of course, you hear, so it's Smoke Something, Drink Something pod. See, man, stay down in the description, support the channel, get the merch, man. As soon as you come to the building, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time we drop one of these bangers. And tonight is no different. If you follow us on the long form content weekly, you noticing some new screens on the channel. We got some new people who crazy enough to come into the lion's den when we talk about relationships. Is Shaunie Oneal's back tattoo good or bad for relationships and the church? Now, what I've got to tell y'all, we are going to simulcast this thing and load it on both my Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast channel and my Jeff Sunday Service channel, because they going to come both together when we get into this thing tonight. But before I get into this thing, y'all know I got to introduce my panel. We got some new ones on tonight. They don't know what they're doing. Y'all see my girl Rhonda up here. I'm going to introduce her last. I got to toss it. Guys, I was just in the cigar lounge earlier. I gotta toss it and let him introduce himself. The man, the myth, the legend, and all of Tampa claim he know everything about Tampa Bay. I'ma throw it to him, Mr. Bobby Parker. Let him know who you are.
Boy,
tell him what you sipping on the smoking on.
If you didn't know, Mr. Tampa, Mr. Dot Tampa.
Okay.
I do this for real. You know, I'm just smoking, man. I'm smoking a Tampa hand roll today, but the wives say we can't smoke in the house.
Two type of men.
But the one thing I will tell you, I love me an old fashioned with some Wooford.
Okay. Is that what you sipping on?
All day and all night.
Okay, show it to the camera. They can't see it down there. Hold it up a little bit. Show it to the camera. Our guy, he got a. Hey, guy, how we know he got Wooford in there? Not some.
It could be Kool-Aid all that thing. It could be Kool-Aid.
Because I didn't fucking make it for him.
Look, I don't know if he got that in there for real. Bobby, man, I appreciate you coming on, y'all. He said he can't smoke in the house, but trust me, guys, he's a cigar smoker, and we've been going at it the last couple hours in the cigar lounge. So he fired up, man. I appreciate you being on. We about to get into this thing. I got one more person. Say what?
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue. I got one more person that I got to introduce before I introduce the tried and true. I got to introduce him. Y'all can see he in his car. Man, just got off of work, but had to come and show himself, man. We got Cigar Lounge royalty. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I don't think he's smoking or drinking nothing right now, but we're going to let him introduce himself. Tell him, give him a little bit of description since you ain't smoking or drinking.
I'm Jeff Call, born and raised here in Tampa, Florida, Ybor City, represent. I'm a big-time cigar enthusiast, big-time drinker on the weekends, as they call it. You know what I mean? I'm the 1, 2, 3 special.
Yeah, y'all
but,
see. Yeah.
I procure myself in knowledge of sports, libations, and life.
Oh, okay.
That's another one gonna be barbecue chicken.
Let me know when you want a real old-fashioned, Bobby. Come at me. You know what I mean? Come at me when you want a real old-fashioned.
Well, you got to make it to the place where I drink old-fashions at.
Hey, where you get your simple syrup from, sir?
Around the world.
Yeah, well, yeah, around the world, coming out of your toilet, sounds like.
I do that too.
Jeff, we can't hear you.
It's gonna be my
Me?
job. It's gonna be my
Oh,
job
okay, there you
tonight.
go.
Sorry, y'all. My
I
mic
mean,
messing up.
Jeff, yeah, my brother Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff Ronnie, just say black Jeff or white Jeff if we got a problem.
That's
Hold
cool.
Man,
on
just
now.
call him
We
Black
all come
Moses.
on.
Hey, just
We
call him
don't need
Black
to
Moses.
go culturally appropriate.
Hey Jeff, man, we appreciate you being on, guys. Y'all see he driving. Appreciate him being on. And y'all know I got to come to my A1 from day one, my resident relationship tattoo psychological perspective expert, also my church perspective expert. I gotta let her introduce herself and tell y'all what she's sipping on tonight.
Well, welcome, fellas. Thank y'all for being on the podcast with
Yes,
us
ma'am.
tonight. Jeff, thanks for having me back. Um, Tonight I'm sipping on. I had to switch it up since we gonna be spicy tonight. Let me step it up different. I'm drinking my on the rocks
Oh,
uh
okay. You got it.
pineapple, whatever,
Okay.
whatever. Jalapeno pineapple margarita. Just on the rocks, just a little bit. So if I cough, that's my business. It's what it is. It's a spicy drink. Back to you, JB.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Hmm.
Guys, look, Rhonda, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being on. Appreciate you fellas being on. Y'all gotta understand. I'm smoking my nub Habano. Smoking my nub Habano, one of my favorite sticks. You know, got a little bit left in the box. Gotta do it. And of course, guys, I had to make my Paloma. Of course, I got fresh organic grapefruit juice. Got my El Humidor. El Humidor. Jeff, I know it ain't quality tequila for you, but you know, it's a nice little
Yeah,
Blanco when you're
like, see,
making.
you gonna throw that out there? Not even Ocho
Hey,
Blatte
look,
or Don Fulano.
I
You're
got
gonna
the
throw that well ass
I
shit?
got I got the Luna I got the Luna Azul, right? I got the Luna Azul. I got my Milagro back there just so y'all can know now. But I'm making a Paloma. I'm just going by what the person at Total Wine told me. I got my
Mm.
Paloma, so that's what I'm doing now.
Well,
That's what I'm sipping on.
when you listen to the people at Total Wine, that just knows that your baseline is fucked. But okay, you do what you need to.
Now, for the first time, guys, we are live simultaneously on YouTube, and we are also live on Twitch, man. So for everybody who's live on Twitch, live on YouTube, watching us, guys, we are here. Y'all make sure y'all get in it. This will still be uploaded as normal, but we are live right now. Let's get into this thing, guys. Shaunie Oneal gets a back tattoo. Now, the church folks going crazy, but what does it mean about relationships in church? Now, I got Bobby on, I got Jeff on, and of course, Rhonda know how the process is. Bobby, when you got the title tonight, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you got the title tonight?
First thing I was thinking about, what in the heck she trying to cover up?
Okay.
You know, I thought she was trying to cover up Charles Barkley on the back of her back. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Because that picture looked like Charles Barkley. I'm just saying.
It was
But if you go from a picture and then you want to move it to the shoulder, and hey, you know, you want to put roses and flowers, but me growing up in the Southern church, you know, when it come to church, man, we talk about lilies, man, lilies.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't see no lily on her back.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Bobby coming with it raw. Hold that thought, Bobby. Jeff, when you got invited to be on the podcast tonight, I knew that what the topic was. Shaunie Oneal getting a tattoo. I know you're a church boy just like me. When you heard about the tattoo, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, my dad was Northern Catholic, my mom Southern Baptist, so I get to be the best mix of both worlds. You know what I mean? You want to flex like that and be an idiot, go right ahead. You know what I mean? Like that's what I saw. Like, no, like if people want to, do that, it's just like, I need to be known. You know what I mean? You haven't been relevant for years. All of a sudden, now you're going to flex with the back deck too? You know what I mean? The same shit Vanessa Bryan doing with Alex Caruso and anybody else he wants to.
Hey man, keep it clean, man. We on YouTube. YouTube don't like the profanity, man. Don't. Hey, look, man, just say ish or something like that. Y'all boys raw dog over here.
I said heck.
Yeah. Hey, look, Jeff, I appreciate that perspective though, because that we're gonna lean on that. And again, guys, this is
Hey,
gonna be. Go ahead. I don't know where you're at, Jeff. You might be.
no, I
You
was
might.
just saying, like at the end of the day, like we have to.
Man, that's Boost Mobile service, man. Come on,
Lose
man.
you guys?
Hey,
That's
Jeff.
Oh,
You,
he's reconnecting.
Jeff, you breaking up a little bit. Hold on. We're gonna move on, but we keep get back reconnected. Rhonda, when you got the topic tonight, what were you thinking?
To be honest, I really won't thinking about them, but I also know church and tattoos don't go well together. With super whatever they want to call themselves for people that are attending church all the time. Um, Again, I believe, hey man, if she wants a tattoo, like get your tattoo. But I also know, what if that tattoo, the old one, was connected to something that maybe the husband didn't care for? He probably had made mention to something, and she probably felt like, hey, let me get this back tattoo. Or she just got it because she wanted something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I saw the tattoo that she covered, and I was like, well, won't that great anyway? And so, but at the same time, it's her body. She can put whatever she want on it. But I'm sure she got judged a lot by the church folks.
Okay. And guys, that's what I appreciate, guys. That's what I appreciate. I appreciate everybody's perspective on it. I'm gonna tell y'all what I thought. And again, Bobby gonna appreciate this. Again, guys, I'm simulcasting this on my Jeff Sunday service and this page. Couple things, and Rhonda gonna love this because this way y'all gonna know where I'm going. Shaunie Oneal is not subject to the servants' requirements in the church. She is the pastor. And the second thing is Shaunie Oneal knows that anytime she's on camera, she's relevant. Shaunie Oneal is a business owner first. Shaunie Oneal knows that when she got this tattoo covered up, she was going to be all over the place. But one of the things what I love about church people getting mad, the pastor's house don't normally subscribe to what the pastor teaches. Shaunie Oneal is sitting here saying, I don't subscribe. Look, Pastor Keon is good. He's up under TD Jakes. But one thing people ain't talking about is he ain't relevant without Shaunie. Shaunie is relevant without him. Because why do we know Shaunie, Bobby? What's the only reason we know Shaunie?
Man, you must have been doing some darn Googling me.
Why? Hey, Bobby, what's the only reason we know Shaunie?
Basketball wives.
Basketball wives. This woman knows how to stay relevant. She is Shaq's ex-wife. Nobody knows her as Pastor Keon's wife. She's Shaq's ex-wife, and she's not going to subscribe to the bondage that the black church puts you under. Pastor Keon can't do nothing with her because without her, his church is not relevant. I watched this man's social media followers blow up once he married her. He can't tell her nothing because if he leaves her, what do we got? What do we got, Bobby?
Half of the congregation gone.
Half of the congregation gone because the women are there. Now, Rhonda, when you hear me say that, what do you think?
I'm shocked. I'm surprised that that's what you.
You surprised that's my take?
Yeah, you traditional, man. You like a submissive. Submissive.
Oh, you saw it before. You saw it before it came on, didn't you? Y'all saw it before it came on.
No, that won't. No.
Look.
But,
hey,
no.
hey, look.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you, Bobby, because I want you to jump back in there while Jeff come back in. Guys, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Old school church is dead, and that's the reason why I'm simulcasting this on my Jeff Sunday service. Shaunie Oneal does not need Pastor Keon. Pastor Keon needs Shaunie Oneal. And y'all got to understand that when the church is irrelevant now, guys. I just did a video on Jeff Sunday service where I said all Christians and church folks churches need to be thankful for Kirk Franklin. The BET Awards, what's the only thing they talking about?
Glorilla.
Kirk Franklin.
Oh, and Kirk.
And Kirk Franklin, right?
Okay.
This is where a lot of people are missing it. Now, Jeff, when you get back in, let us know, okay? But my point to you guys is Shaunie Oneal realizes she's the prize. Pastor Keon is not. So if she want to cover up a tattoo, she can. And there's a lot of guys that don't understand. If your wife is more business oriented than you, don't ask her to submit to you. Don't ask her to submit to your archaic rules. This woman she knows she can do whatever she want to do. Y'all notice Pastor Keon wasn't there with her when she would get a tattoo.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to say about that
Mm-hmm.
because women will cut their hair, they'll get a tattoo. When something is shifting in their life,
Mm-hmm.
they'll do stuff like that, or will do stuff like that.
Yes, yes. The one
There's a
woman
next
on
level.
the one woman on the podcast let y'all know she's getting a cover up of a tattoo. Here's the first question I had: when did she get that original tattoo? What's the meaning behind the original tattoo? Because everybody tattoo got an original meaning. You would agree with that, right, Bobby?
Well, I know what the meaning was.
What was it, Bobby? I want to hear this.
Nah,
Oh,
Bobby. Hey guys, this is for
offline,
entertainment purposes only.
You
offline,
know,
This
who
is for
was
offline.
one of the
entertainment.
top five? Well, first of all, we're going to say who was the biggest NBA star of that era.
Okay.
She
No,
known to put somebody else's face on her body. That's all I'm saying. Don't mean no disrespect to her, but I'm just saying.
but remember, Bobby, it was some type of a tattoo that had some extensions on it that she said was about the children that she had. But now that she has integrated children, if you will, because Pastor Keon had kids, that's what
Can
she
you
was
put all
saying.
of them on the body?
So-
Can you put every last kid she got on her body? I'm just saying. I ain't being funny here. But this one thing, I'm gonna go back. You know, I'm gonna pick it back on what Rhonda was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Old school church. Man, we didn't know what them folks had on underneath them during dresses because them during shoulders was covered up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Them shoulders, hey, we couldn't even look at their bra line. It was covered.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, she didn't have to cover the tattoo. Did get another one? All she had to do was put something on, cover it up.
That now, Bobby, you might be preaching, bro. You might be preaching because Rhonda, you hear what Bobby said? She didn't have to get a cover up on the tattoo. She just could have put
No,
something
if
on
something
there.
was shifting in her life, she needed that cover up.
So true. So
Shifting
true.
her
Again,
life. Tell her
it's
put her
no
down.
different
Tell
than
her
women
to go.
going to
She'll be all
school.
right.
They go back to school when something popping off in their life. They get
Yeah.
a tattoo. They cut their hair. They make some changes. They get a BBL or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, what is she elevating to that maybe don't include her husband on the same level?
Yes, I can tell y'all like this now. Because we live, I got people chatting in the thing, so I apologize to y'all. But here's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Bobby, you just made a good point. Now, we from the church, so we know that tattoos are shunned in the church. Now, as y'all can see, I got mine on both. I got tattoos on both sleeves. What does it mean, guys? The church overreact to everything. This is why church is empty. Now, old school me is just like, dude, how you gonna be the pastor's wife and you getting the cover up and the pastor ain't there? And the book of Numbers, right? Y'all can realize book of Numbers tell you don't do all that stuff. But a lot of people gonna say we in the New Testament, we up under grace and all that kind of stuff. But here's what we're gonna do, guys. Hey Bobby,
You
before we get
said.
started, okay, Jeff is back. Y'all look, we don't know what kind of service he got, but he back. Well, look, let me share
No,
this,
it
guys.
was that and the gas station. I blame the gas station. But go ahead. What I missed? Go ahead.
Okay, guys, we going in right now. We going in
Mhm.
right now. If everybody can see that, y'all know I'm over here at Media Takeout, right? Shaunie Oneal unveils giant new tattoo dragged by pastor husband's congregation. And y'all see right here, Bobby gonna love it. Bobby, can you see this article?
Oh
Why
yeah.
they do that to
I'm
him?
looking right
Okay.
at it.
Do y'all realize that when they did this article on Media Takeout that Pastor Keon is not in the picture with him? It's Shaq,
That's what I'm saying. That's
right?
yeah.
See, one of the things that Pastor Keon is struggling with is his wife is known as Shaq's ex-wife. It's not known as Pastor Keon's wife. He's known as Shaunie's husband.
It's the first thing gonna be brought up.
Pastor Keon is lost in the mix of all of this, guys. So I'm over here at Media Takeout. Let me just read this a little bit. We're going to get through this and get out of it. Shaunie Oneal's new tattoo is stunning, but some church folks ain't feeling it. Shaunie Oneal just dropped a new book that's got social media buzzing. And not for her usual fashion slay. The Basketball Wives executive producer and newly minted first lady of a megachurch unveiled a giant bat tattoo covering up an old piece of ink. And while we think it's bold, beautiful, and very Shaunie, not everyone is shouting amen in the comments. Y'all
Lord
see the
have mercy.
picture of Shaunie right there. Apparently, some members of her husband, Pastor Keon Henderson's congregation, are a little pressed. The ink, while artistically done and tasteful, has sparked murmurs among the more traditional members of the Houston Lighthouse Church and ministry where Pastor Keon leads. The concern that it's not quite given First Lady of the church energy. Shaunie and Pastor Keon tied the knot in May of 2022 in a Lux Island ceremony that had all of us in our feelings. Since then, she stepped into her new role as a pastor's wife with great style and zero apologies for being exactly who she is. A media mogul, a mom, and yes, a woman with a little edge. Now, we're going to click on this TikTok thing. The tattoo, Bobby, is reportedly a cover-up of an older design, and let's be honest, we've all wanted to erase something from our early 2000s. Her new ink is sleek, modern, and meaningful, though the exact design has not been fully revealed. Still, the chatter from some conservative corners of the church is clear. They're not here for it. Critics are questioning whether such a bold tattoo fits the image of a pastor's wife, with some suggesting it undermines traditional values. But here's the thing: Shaunie isn't your traditional first lady, and that's why people love her. She's not trying to be a carbon copy of anybody's idea of perfection. She's bringing her full fabulous self into this role, unapologetically blending faith with fashion, God with glam, and yes, ink with influence. If anything, her visibility challenges the outdated notion that women of faith have to check their identities at the church door. Let's not forget, Shaunie has spent decades in the public eye, balancing fame, motherhood, and business with authenticity. She was married to NBA legend Shaquille Oneal, raised 5 kids, and built a brand that gave voice to a generation of women navigating high-profile relationships. Now married to Pastor Keon, she's walking a new path, but make no mistake, she's still walking it in her own shoes. As for the tattoo, it's art, it's personal, and most importantly, it's hers. So while some views might be side-eyeing her back, we're over here clapping for a woman who refuses to shrink for anyone, church or otherwise, because being a first lady doesn't mean being silent, invisible, or ink-free. It just means leading with love, strength, and a whole lot of style. Now, before we get in here, y'all, let me go back up. I want to show y'all, because if y'all ain't seen it, for all my audience, and guys, this will be linked in the description. Y'all about to see this thing right now. Here go Shaunie's tattoo.
So 25 years old?
This tattoo 25 years old. And you got this many kids?
Yeah, but I just added kids. As so my youngest is 19.
Okay.
So added her name 19 years ago.
Okay, we're going to record a little bit. I'm pretty sure you already know what I do.
I do. Do what you do.
Okay, so we can definitely... What kind of flower, though? You like lotus?
Yeah, I like
You like lotus?
everybody always has a rose, so I don't want a rose. Right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Pretty basic.
So we can do like a little lotus
Okay.
flower. All right. Hopefully. So that's the thing about a cover up, right? You don't never know for sure.
You don't never know if it's
Until
really
you-
gonna cover it up.
Yeah.
Mm.
The last thing they're gonna think of when they see this tattoo is a cover up. Sit up for me. Real vibrant colors. How did it feel?
It's great. I don't feel nothing.
You had that 290 ink numbing cream.
I mean, nothing. I felt nothing.
Okay.
I had more snacks. I could stay longer.
Well, ain't no need to stay long because we done now.
I can't wait.
Gave you a new shoulder.
A whole new shoulder. Summer ain't gonna know what to think.
All right, one session cover up with Shaunie.
Mm-hmm. Got a new shoulder for the summer.
You got a new shoulder for the summer?
I do. And it's gonna be out as much as possible.
Okay.
Y'all gonna see it because I can't see it. But
They're going to compliment you. They're going to remind you that you got it there.
Yeah.
Especially from what you came in with.
Listen. Okay, watch it.
How did it feel, though?
The numbing cream.
Okay.
Listen, I thought I was a gangster when I came in, so I didn't do the numbing cream. That was a big mistake. When you put that numbing cream on, I need to go home with a couple boxes. Is all I have to say.
That's a bet. I sure got them for you.
It's crazy. I felt nothing. Nothing. I can do it again.
Let me see the back again. Yeah.
Yes.
Boy, we got to jump into that thing right now. Bobby, I'm going to let you go first because I know you fired up. Bobby, go first. I'm used to tossing it to Rhonda to see what she got to think. But Bobby, let me know give me everything you see wrong with that. Cause I got some stuff that's wrong with it.
So let me go back to the original picture. You know, the congregation couldn't tell what it was. You know,
Yep.
They really couldn't tell.
Yep.
But now she done put something on her back that it's gonna cost a fortune to get that thing off.
Mm-hmm.
By the time she continue to get that heat from that congregation, man, that's gonna be one of the quickest tattoos she gonna want to have removed.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this here again: I don't see no lilies. You know, if you're a part of the church, man, represent the church just a little bit, just represent.
He preaching, y'all. He preaching.
Just represent. Hey, man, she should have came back and put disciples. Just put some disciples up there. Come on up. Put disciples. You know, it would have looked a whole better. She went from a portion of her shoulder to the whole goddamn, man, what y'all call that? The whole corner of the back. Man, yeah. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to say on that, man. That's embarrassing.
And now look, Jeff, you there? I saw your picture went out. Okay, I don't know where your picture went, but go ahead and tell him, Jeff. Let me know what you think.
Well, as a person that has a tattoo himself honoring his mother and his grandmother, I'm a little bit more jaded on this subject matter, because if the piece what was and now is different for her own platform. That's my opinion on it. Now, as far as the church goes, I think that what she did was send a clear message across the bow of what she's not going to be, what is trying to be, right? I think sports and religion have always been mixed in my mind. At the end of the day, it's not always black and white, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's more about what you're trying to project through your own mind and your own heart. So with that being said, did she send a clear message? Yes. Was it the right message? Personally, no.
Okay. That Jeff,
Hey,
that's
Jeff,
an
can I
interest.
chime in?
Oh, Elgin, I thought you was in the background. Go ahead and jump in, bro. Go ahead, y'all. Elgin, he don't want to have his camera on, but we gonna let you in anyway. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
This our rich friend that smokes cigar. Go ahead, Elgin.
Thank you for having me on the show, Jeff. Appreciate it. Love what you're doing. But here's my take on this, and I think it's relevant to today. What's happening is we get sidetracked by the message and what church is all about. That's why the church has suffered, especially the black church has suffered so much, because of the old stigma that they put on people coming into the church.
Okay.
Jesus went to the people where they were. Go meet the people where you at, right? So if it's about the word and delivering the message and really inspiring and delivering people with the message of Jesus, then it's not about where you are, what tattoo you got, what you're wearing. It's none of those things. And I think that type of sidetrack mentality that they have within the church really deters people from the church. How many people today that have tattoos? It's a part of our culture. It's a part of society now. So now we're going to look at everybody. And because she's a first lady, she's just like we always look at our pastors and say, they're just regular people just like you and I. Mm-hmm. Well, why would you condemn her for being a regular person like you and I? That's my take.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Jeff, what you got to say? It seemed like you want to say something back to that.
Oh, shoot. Hey,
well, as a person that has a tattoo, I'm actually pulling back up the KC right now, so I'm about to get my cigar and drink back on here. The casino was not an option, but my whole point on this is how many actual first ladies outside of basketball we talk about first lady. And I hate to even say this, does Michelle Obama have a tattoo? Because I would like to know that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because,
all right, that's a different take.
Like, because we're gonna get political and based off religion, then the ultimate first lady, as we've seen in time, if she's allowing to be on that platform by inking herself, is that saying who she is or what message she's trying to send? Because there's a difference on who I am as a person and you guys know me, and then my platform as a bartender, right? There's the social media aspect, and then there's me, who I am.
cigar and cocktail consultant.
That's what you say. Let me chime in. Let me chime in for a minute.
Hey, Bobby, go ahead. Go ahead, Bobby, before Rhonda get in there.
You know, I hear all this right here, but we got to keep this simple because it's about public perception. You know, that's what it's about. You know, we can say, but you know, when we talk about church and we talk about old timers like myself, man, we so hooked on the Old Testament going to the New Testament. And I get what Jeff is saying, but perception. If you're part of a mega church and you want funding from all over the world, man, they see that tattoo and it ain't gonna happen. Cover it up. Cover it up. Put one of them old school 1901 hillbilly daring dresses on.
Put a moo. You telling him to put a moo on, bro?
Yes, one of them. Now, I didn't want to go there on your darn platform because I would have went a little bit further. Hey, I'm trying to be political correct here. You know it's hard.
This man said put a moo on. Okay, hold on. I mean, Rhonda, jump in there. Let us know what you think about it.
Man,
Let's get the woman perspective.
I don't even know what's happening right now. All I know is if this was him with a full back tattoo, we would not be having this conversation at all.
Rhonda, you're right.
Elgin, what the hell? No, we can't see you, bro. He in the background, though.
I know. I would love to see him.
Okay.
But at the same time, I just feel like if you notice what she said, I'm adding my kids because I've gotten other kids, right? So she wants to represent her family.
Yes.
But again, I really think she's transitioning to another phase in their relationship because we don't know. It's some tacky church ladies out here and church folks out here.
What?
Yeah, I said it.
What?
And they,
Bobby, stop,
and they,
Bobby. Don't end her on, Bobby. Stop. Stop,
No.
Bobby. It ain't your time to talk.
It's some
Did I
tacky
hear
ones.
that right?
It's some people
Did I
that's
hear
really
that right?
judgmental. But if she's out here helping somebody, leading them to Christ or to Jesus or whatever you want to believe in, if she's doing that, there's no harm in that because I got a marking on my body. Hell, I burnt myself the other day. Now I got a permanent tattoo. But is that going to stop me from talking to people about Jesus? And I think we missed the point because we don't know what this tattoo has done to help her relationship with her husband, which is what we're talking about, relationships, you know, and how that tattoo affects all of that in the church. Them church folks, they need to go have some, they need to go have some good loving and stop worrying about her.
Damn, Elgin came into the building, y'all.
Rhonda, are you sitting there saying that the tattoo that she had and the tattoo she now has is a platform for her new beginning in life
For
with her
whatever
pastor?
whatever phase she in, because like I've never been a first lady. Don't even want to think about being nobody's first lady. But at the same time, sometimes wives get pulled into stuff that their husbands are called to do. And I don't think it's easy when you see other first ladies doing that. I don't think it's easy. Half the time they don't want to go to that doggone church program with their husbands, but they got to show up and show face. So I think she needed this to deal with them jokers.
Hold on, Rhonda. Elgin, do me a favor. Put your mic on mute till I can get your echo control put your mic on mute for me. When you ready to come on, just unmic. I can't get your echo control off. Do you see an echo control option on your screen?
When you tell me to get at the barber chair, maybe you can do it.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. No, that's cool. Now, Rhonda, I'm glad you said what you said. Jeff, I'm glad you said what you said. I'm gonna come in here for a little bit. And Elgin, I appreciate you coming on visually. First of all, this is gonna get me kicked off of Bobby. You know, I just ate your lunch in the lounge. I'm about to eat some more lunch.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Hey, look. First of all, Shaunie is not the first lady. This is where people are missing it. And for everybody on my Jeff Sunday service, Shaunie is not the first lady. Shaunie is the pastor. Keon answers to her. Before he got with Shaunie, he was a good pastor. All right, let's be honest. Shaunie is not the first lady. And we got to start recognizing God does not operate in gender. God operates in authority. Just because you the husband don't mean you a man. The wife don't mean you a woman. Shaunie Oneal, y'all, let me tell y'all something that I saw about that video. Look how skinny she was.
I know. I said the same thing.
If that ain't a revenge body with a brand new tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
If that ain't sending Keon a message that, bruh, look, I was married to one of the most successful men in the world. This church thing boring. And if y'all notice what she covered up, those were her 4 kids with Shaq. That's what she covered up. Keon is the
4th, or did she add the 5th to honor that family?
No. When he did that tattoo, let me tell y'all what got me. When he added that tattoo, did they say anything about the kids she got now? Or was it just a big old flower and a pretty back piece? Did they talk about any extra kids when they finished it? And what did she ask for? She said, give me some more of that numbing cream. Give me some more of that numbing cream. What you gonna do with that numbing cream, Jeff? Get your mind out the gutter. I need a YouTube answer. Hey,
She
Bobby,
just got a tattoo. It's still gonna be hurting.
No.
Thank you, Elgin. Thank you.
Hey, Bobby, what's she gonna do with that numbing cream?
Come through, Bobby.
But she better put it on the back. That's all I'm gonna say. Put it on your back. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what people with a tattoo. It's just more room to heal, if you know what I mean.
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
my Lord. Oh, God.
Hey, we try to get a check.
Hey, look. Let me tell y'all this. Seriously, church attendance is down. Church don't know how to get people back in there. Shaunie Oneal just showed every woman you don't need your husband's permission to do anything.
Exactly.
This is the number one thing, guys. Church is over. When you see Shaunie Oneal coming out here doing what she's doing, first of all, she's the pastor. Without Shaunie Oneal, why do we care about Pastor Keon? And guys, let me tell y'all something. This ain't a knock on Pastor Keon, because guess who knows this too? Keon knows it too. And let me tell y'all, can I tell y'all what happened? Bobby, you know this, but see, I'm a church boy from North Carolina. Keon is up under TD Jakes. And when you up under TD Jakes, what TD Jakes been dealing with? TD Jakes and gave his church up. TD Jakes and gave his church up.
They were going to take that from him.
Keon, you up under somebody who done gave up his authority. He gave it to his daughter. Guess what Shaunie's saying? Whoa. When I came over here to you, you were up under the number one bishop in the world.
The whole boys, we're on a podcast right now.
Hey, man, no, come on, bro. Put that thing on me. My point to you, because when your boy preaching now, you got it. So my point to you, Bobby, is why is Shaunie getting this tattoo? This message ain't to the church, folks. This message to Keon. She done got skinny. I ain't never seen her look that skinny. She getting a tattoo. That's a back piece. Guess what she said? Guess what she said, guys? Guess what she said? I can't see it, but y'all gonna see it. Whoa.
She sure did.
That's what she said now. She said, I can't see it, but y'all gonna see it. Well, she letting
and I'm gonna show it. She said, I'm gonna show it.
She letting Keon know it's a new ballgame. Guess what? Let me tell y'all this. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is alleged.
Oh, Lord.
Had Keon been caught doing something he shouldn't have been as the first man. Because the pastor don't play that. Keon is not the pastor. Keon is the first man. The pastor done got the tattoo. That's what this is representing. Guess who running the house? Shaunie running the house. Elton, jump in there, Brandon. Let me know what you think.
Okay, so Jeff, I think you missed the mark on that one. And the reason why I think you missed the mark.
This is why I shouldn't have invited you on. Right?
It's for several reasons. There's several reasons about that. First of all, it's degrading Keon's authority as a man, which is probably one of the biggest knocks you can ever give on a man, to degrade him as the man of his house, right? So that right there, you have to say that's a whole nother conversation needs to happen. But for Shaunie, what I think it is for her, and going back to what the modern church is, you have to be who you are. The church said, come as you are.
Hey, Brittany.
Right? So if I can't come as I am as a pastor, as a leader of the church, a first lady of the church, because she is the first lady of the church, if I can't come as the first lady who I am, then how could I be a hypocrite by going out there and telling you something who I'm really not?
Hold on, okay? Elgin, are you discounting the fact that the only reason Keon is relevant is because of Shaunie right now?
Absolutely, you're wrong. You don't be up under TD Jakes and not be relevant.
What is TD? Hold on. TD Jakes ain't relevant. No, TD Jakes gave up his post.
Hold on. Now, TD Jakes has been a minister for umpteen years. He's aging in his health. Now, don't get me wrong, he has some bad publicity. And TD Jakes is about money. So it's just like a CEO of a corporation. If there's a scandal happen, heck, they threw Steve Jobs out of his own company. That
Oh,
he
I agree.
started,
I agree.
right? So if you are bad for business, no matter if you're the CEO or not, there is a board of directors.
No.
They can fire you from your job.
Not in the
There's a
Potter's house.
difference between being
No.
bad
Not in
for
the Potter's
business and
house.
bad for the
Listen,
platform, Elgin.
listen.
Hold on, Jeff. Jump in there real fast. Jump in there real fast, Jeff. What you say?
There's a
Jeff, hold
difference
on.
between being bad for business.
Piping down. I'm still going on my rant. Piping down. I'm on my rant.
Hey, Bobby,
My
what's up with your boy,
apologies,
Bobby?
Elgin. My apologies.
Okay, so now my point is, if you were saying that, he's a pastor of a mega church that reaches hundreds of thousands of
Oh, I
people.
agree.
It's a business. The church is a business. If people get that misconstrued, that church is not a business, because it is a business. So if you're bad for business right now, with the whole scandal and the tying in with Puff Daddy, that was bad look and bad.
Okay, Elgin, hold on. Stop right there. And Jeff, I'm gonna let you come back in there. And Bobby, I want your take on this, Rhonda. Then I want you to come in. Jeff, come in after that.
There's
If
a thing
that's-
between being bad,
Hold on, Jeff,
for your
Jeff.
business.
Hold on, Jeff. Now you didn't, bro. I didn't gave the order which way gonna come.
Oh, my bad.
Dude, you
You
got
got
to stick
to
out
be
that.
That's what
Look,
church do.
if
Hey,
TD,
Elgin, that's for you, man.
oh, he
Right
got
there.
an open sex too. God dog.
That's
All
for
right,
you, Elgin.
let me slide my nub over here to the side. All right, I ain't gonna smoke that no more since y'all got open sex. Look, let me tell y'all this. Because I want Bobby to come in, Rhonda, then Jeff, you gonna come in.
Got it.
Elgin, do you not think that TD Jakes has seen this video of Shaunie doing what she doing? Why can't TD Jakes jump in to check this? Because if you under his tree, if you on his tree of pastors, that can't happen.
Why not? Explain why can't that happen?
Because what you just said is bad for business. Your church full of women.
No. I said what TD Jakes has done and the scandal he's been tied to with the Diddy thing, that's bad for business.
No,
a
but
tattoo on the back.
So tattooed on the first lady that's covering up a tattoo, her whole back.
Problem.
No,
What's the problem?
look. Let me tell you
What's
this.
the problem?
Let me tell you what the
What's the
problem is. That's how Bobby said it earlier. That's why I want Bobby to come in after me. Bobby said it earlier. This is still a traditional church. I don't care how modern you try to make it. She didn't. Bobby said she could have just wore something to cover that up. She got a tattoo. Who is she sending a message to? And then that's when I realized she's not the first lady. She's the
Elgin
pastor.
Clemens.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Elgin Clemens, man. If I was you, I'd put a Batman mask on. What you talking about right now?
Hey, man, don't call the man full name out.
Talk your talk, Elgin. Talk your talk.
Hey, Elgin, man, I'm gonna tell you this. Here. You know, I understand. You know, the one thing I can understand what Jeff is talking about. We talking about church from the South.
Yes.
Now we don't know where you from, but you from somewhere up north, somewhere. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know, when we talking about roots from the South, man,
you can't do it. You can't do it.
Man, you have to be very respectful to the congregation. You know, I didn't write the rules. When I was a little kid, my grandma used to hit me inside the head and say, "Boy, don't be looking over there like that.
Yeah.
Don't want to see no skin." I'm just telling you, old school. Mm-hmm. So you can say, you know, TD Jakes, mega church star. He trained this guy. Now he brung Shaunie Oneal, that's a mega queen.
Yes.
Mega queen.
Yes. Preach.
Now you think she gonna take a back seat? When she done been on the side of Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
In the
across the world.
You done stole my message.
Go ahead. I'm finished with it. Elgin, take the bad man. Hey. Hold on.
Before Elgin, before you come back in here, let Rhonda come back in from a female perspective. Then Jeff, we got you.
Listen, again, what the Bible also says, without a vision, the people shall perish. If people aren't moving forward and allowing other stuff to come into the church, that is, contain it as much as you can. But the world and society we live in now, between AI taking over, we don't even know if he's writing his own sermons. That's a whole other story.
Hold on, that's a different thing. Stop now. Hold on.
So maybe she
what you drinking
with her own two eyes that she like, nah, let me go get this tattoo. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all about women. We only do stuff like that when stuff has happened.
Something going down. Something going
That's
down.
all I'm saying.
I think the divorce is coming. I think the divorce is coming, y'all. I think the divorce is coming, bro. I think the divorce is coming
I'm
because
just saying, like,
Rhonda just preached. The divorce is coming.
You ain't lying. Something coming.
The divorce coming. Hey, hold on, Elgin. Hold on, Elgin. Jeff, jump in there and let us know what you're thinking. You got that open sex. Go ahead and jump in now. Don't come with no bull if you smoking open sex.
Look, I'm coming from a different perspective and a different way of life from everybody in this podcast. So let's be very clear first and foremost. Now, with that being said, I also grew up extremely Catholic and also extremely Southern Baptist. Mm-hmm. There are values that my mother and my grandmother instilled in me that would whoop my butt if I didn't honor that woman. Now, with that being said, is she honoring her man by doing what she did?
No, she's not, because he would have been there. They do everything on social media together.
The answer is clearly no. She's not honoring that covenant.
Preach.
I hate to sit there and
Elgin, come on in there. Hold on.
Please,
hold on,
Elgin. Come through,
Elgin, come on in there, because Elgin, you on the other side of this thing.
Let's go back now. Let's look at let's talk at the congregation. If we look at that congregation right now, how many of those women do you think have tattoos in those 40,000 people that come to Sunday service?
Stop right there. No. Stop right there. How many of those women?
You don't want those numbers in today's society.
But Elgin, hold on, Elgin. How many of those women are the first lady?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, bro. If
you're using the first lady, but just saying a lady.
No. She's not a lady.
Woman.
She's the pastor.
Okay, I don't know no one that got a tattoo that was castrated and went to hell. I don't know that. I never known that. And I never know, and if we talking about tradition as rules, whose rules? Man's rules?
Tradition.
God told you to come as you are.
No, hey, Elgin, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
You are.
No, but we're talking about a church operation.
If you was a prostitute, don't matter. You can be the lowest and on the totem pole.
But you're the first lady.
And guess what? The church is going to accept you in.
No, the church is not accepting her in, which is why this is news. You can't be the first lady and do this.
But because you know what? That's why the problem in the modern day church is. Because they are got these conformative rules of not the church,
where you get this vocabulary from?
They're not talking about the Bible.
Then what's the modern day terminology for blasphemy?
They talking about what man thinks, and that's been the problem now with the Bible and man. So if you're gonna go on the Bible, let's stay on that. The Bible ain't never said you going to hell for having a tattoo.
So no. But they go to the book of Numbers. They go to the book of Numbers that talk about things on your skin. See now, Elgin, look, what I'm trying to say to y'all, I ain't talking about the tattoo. I'm talking about order. This is the pastor of the church. Because what she's saying is, if Kia...
see, you're wrong. She's not the pastor. She's the first lady.
Hey, Bobby, hold on, Bobby. If I go to their page, right? Look, did you look at his social media followers before he married her? She the pastor, bro.
Hold on, we live in a social media era.
100% raise.
She the 100%. That man doubled his followers when he married her. What are you talking about? She the first lady.
The woman is supposed to add.
Well, hold on. Say what you say, Ron. Say what you say.
She's supposed to add.
Lord Bobby, they about to make me go crazy in here tonight. Hold on. Bobby, go ahead.
No, I love that, and that's the truth. They supposed to add, but not like that.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What has she done wrong? I'm just asking, what has she done wrong?
Hey, Elgin, she has not done anything wrong.
What has she done right?
Whoa, Jeff, hold on, Jeff. What did you just say? Hold on, what did you say?
What has she done right? Don't tell me about what she's done wrong. What has she done right?
It's her decision. So it's not a right or wrong when she gets tatted on her body. That's her decision.
For all of y'all who believe in the prosecutor Paul, I don't call him Apostle Paul because he wasn't apostle. He was the prosecutor. Paul said, wives, husbands, submit yourself to each other. He then said, wives, submit yourself to your husbands. Now, what I had to learn is wives and husbands don't mean gender. It means dominant and submissive. Somebody got to be the submissive. It don't matter what the gender is. If Keon was not there, go to Keon's page right now. They walk into church together. They always showing her on the live stream. She is a part of the marketing. She got another man tattooing her. And look at how she looking and how skinny she is. No. Look, I ain't being a traditionalist, guy. I ain't being a
Whatever.
traditionalist. You gonna turn on me in front of the company? I know you gonna turn on me in front of the company.
Rhonda's speaking the truth. Rhonda's speaking the truth.
Who's using who as a platform? Who's using who? That's
Yes.
my question. Who's
Keon is
using who?
using Shaunie.
Keon
Everybody
needs
watching
Shaunie
him.
more than Shaunie
Yes.
needs Key. If they got divorced today,
Okay, then
Yes.
that's the platform.
There
She
is
is
no-
using the pastor as her own platform to send her own message. That's what I
Yes.
believe.
Can I add one more thing?
Go ahead, Bobby. Go
wanna
ahead.
add
Then I
one
want
more
Elgin.
thing.
Hey, Bobby, I'm
Come
gonna
on,
let
Bobby.
you come in there. Elgin gonna come back in here. Elgin, where
Elgin
you
Clinton,
going,
I
bro?
want you to listen to this
Elgin
and
don't
turn
like,
around.
Elgin don't like me no more.
You know, the one thing that I'm going to tell you guys,
Yes.
Sean O'Neal have been watching Batman and Robin for a long time with the Lakers. Batman and Robin. She been watching Batman and Robin. So this is what I'm getting at. Now she in the position to be Batman. She been Robin for a long time. Now she want to be the king of the horse. Now you know how right now they got all these demonstrations. They pushing the word kings out. She want to be a king.
Okay.
And the one thing people don't realize, the stuff that Sean O'Neal doing in Hollywood. Man, do you know how big her head is right now? Now, man, that little shoulder tattoo, that ain't no darn regular size shoulder tattoo. That ain't no kiss.
Preach.
That ain't no little lips. Them ain't no
Bob, let me
lips.
ask you a
Man,
question.
that like
Let
your
me ask you a
footprint,
It's not even
Elgin.
a full
That like
back
your
tattoo.
footprint on her
Let's get
back.
real.
Let me ask you a question. If she comes in, right, when she came into this marriage, she was already Shaunie O'Neal.
Yes.
She was already Shaunie O'Neal. She
Yes.
already had an empire that she created on her own
Well,
as a single woman after
that's what I
Shaunie.
just said.
So
Batman and
she
Robin.
don't have to go anywhere to say, I'm going to be a king. She was already a queen. She didn't have to be a king because she had already solidified
She
herself
was
as a queen.
already a king, Elgin. She was
No,
already a
she
king.
wasn't a
Then,
king.
She was
where
not
was
a
Shaunie
queen.
O'Neal before
She was
Shaq?
never a queen. See, that's just the thing about it. We get misconfused of the fact that a woman in a power position has to be now fighting to be the leader.
You going wrong with it, Elgin. We're not even talking about that.
You know, it's this whole
Elgin,
ruling
you love to
thing.
go left. We're
Get him.
not going
Get him,
left.
bro.
Bobby. Get him, Bobby.
Hold on.
Get him, Bobby.
Because let me
We talking about her coming up. That's what we talking
let's
about.
ride it
We
back a
talking
little bit.
about
Let's
her
stay on
coming
task.
up. We ain't talking about her
She
going
was
down.
already
Bob,
up.
relax.
She
Let's
was
stay on
already
task.
up.
Let's stay on task. So
Yes.
stand back on the fact of it. There's nothing about that. And this is what's happening to the church. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Out in this world, the people they need to be reaching is what? They got tattoos, they wearing their pants sagging, they out here doing drugs. Them the people they need to reach.
Okay,
Put
Elgin,
your
stop right there.
tattoo at there.
Hold on, Bobby. Elgin, hold on. Why ain't Keon with her getting it there?
What's that?
Why ain't Keon with her getting the tattoo so they can reach those people together?
What you mean why?
So why wasn't Keon there getting the tattoo? Why wasn't Keon there while she getting the tattoo?
Hold on. Because
Lord
she's
have
an
mercy.
individual too. She stands alone on her own as well. They're as a couple, but they're both individuals. So she stands
Yes.
on her own platform as
He
her
right.
own woman,
No,
just like
he
he's gonna
right.
stand on his own
And
platform
maybe
and
he
his
was
own
preaching.
man.
Maybe
He wasn't preaching. He wasn't preaching. He at home man. That's what he had.
Elgin,
Maybe he was
Elgin,
somewhere.
Hey, listen,
Elgin,
you motivated me, Jeff.
Elgin.
I came today. You motivated me.
Hey Jeff, go
Spirit
ahead.
got
Jump
you
in there.
jumping.
Jump in there, Jeff.
Well, you better get
Elgin,
knocked out.
do you base me off my tattoo on my leg or the service I provide for you?
I don't look at nothing about your tattoos. First, I don't even look at a man like that. So please don't
Oh, you ain't
even
Jamal
look
Bryant.
at
You
me.
ain't Jamal Bryant with Cam Newton.
I don't look at a man like that, right?
I'm sitting there saying, as a platform, do you judge me by the service I give you or the look that I have?
I only come in to judge you by the service you give me. That's it.
Stop right there, Jeff. Stop right there. Stop right there. When your business is church, I got to judge you by the church. I can't judge you by who you are. I got to judge you by these stamps. Bobby said it now. And again, I'm from the South.
Old school.
I know I'm from the South. When I go to my church, if I go to my church back home, all this got to be covered up. Because that's what the church rules
the
up.
Bible now.
You
Come
talking about
as you
chapter
are.
one?
Where's that at?
Yeah, well,
Come
I'm
as
just
you
saying.
are. Where is that at? Come as you are.
Look. The Bible said, "Come as you are," but we all know who done been to church. You can't come as you are. If you come as you are, you're gonna be dressing like me pretty soon.
And that's why we in a situation. And
I
that's why
agree.
the black church has lost its footing.
It ain't just the black church, the white church, and lost it too.
That's what that reason.
Right? Because
That
what happens.
reason.
But let me tell y'all this.
Oh, we lost the plug. Ask the goddamn new pope.
Wait, what you doing?
That's why they're losing their footing.
GD and the
That's
Pope
why
in
the
the same
membership is
sentence.
done. Hold on. Jeff.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Elton.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
ask you this. In the community, in the black community.
We need RC
Hey,
J
Jeff, pipe
or
it down for a second. I'm gonna do my Joe Madison. Pipe it down. Listen, in the black community, in the black church, it was the pillar of everything. It was the epicenter of politics. It was the epicenter of community events. It was where you went to rally the community together. Now, if you can't draw the community in, if you put up these standards that in order for us to come in into the church to be a part, to come in to be a part of the church and the power of the church, what it used to have, because of these standards, that is why the church has been weakening.
I agree.
So I think if we stop talking about you got tattoos, your pants are sagging, your hair is down. Yes, we want to get you in that, and that's why Minister Farrakhan was so great, because he went to the streets and got people out of the streets and dressed them up. He had to build them up though.
Stop right there.
So-
See, hold on, Elton. You're making a good point. But what we're talking about is Shaunie being in the position she's in the church. Okay? Minister Farrakhan, if she was the first lady to Minister Farrakhan, what would we be talking about? Shaunie had to know. Shaunie, it wasn't happening. Shaunie knew what was happening. What I'm trying to tell y'all is this was a message to Keon. This is just Jeff entertainment purposes only. This is a message to Keon that I'm about to leave you.
Yes.
I'm about to leave you. I'm
If
covering
stuff
up.
don't change.
Look,
don't change.
that's the warning shot, y'all. That's the warning shot. A woman always give you a warning shot before she leave. Elgin. This
I don't know if she's
tattoo.
gonna leave, but
No.
she probably needs some
Let me
stuff
tell you why
to
she's gonna
change.
leave. Every church attendance is down. Church is no longer relevant right now.
Why is that? Hold on, answer that question. Why?
Because there's no power there. It's no resources there.
Why?
Because the church is self-serving. It's not serving the people.
You just answered the question right there.
Let me tell y'all why. Let me go scripture with y'all. My house was supposed to be a house of prayer. You turn it into a den of thieves. People are giving their time, giving their money, giving everything they got to this church, and it's all to build up a man. Well, Keon is that man. In that church, Keon is that man. Shaunie knew what she was doing. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look at how she was talking to that dude who's a tattoo artist. There was something in those eyes that she enjoyed. She enjoyed that pain.
Well, yeah, if you know, you can take whatever.
Hey, Bobby, look how she talked to him.
Rhonda, get your brother.
Rhonda,
Y'all get y'all friends. I don't know what happened.
Hey,
Rhonda, jump in.
I wouldn't hate to get you get struck down.
Hold on. Elgin just pointed it out. You're a woman up here. What did you think about the interaction between her and that man?
Listen, again, I've been saying it all evening. She is going through something, and she gonna get his attention one way or the other before stuff really shifts.
Yo,
But yeah,
Okay,
she had a little vibe with him, but that don't mean she was.
that wasn't no
necessarily
little
like,
vibe.
let
That
me
wasn't
go
no
F you
little
right
vibe.
now. It won't like, oh, let me go do that.
That wasn't a little vibe. She said, "You got more of that numbing cream. Where you putting the numbing cream?"
All right, that was
Look, this
Hey, Bobby, where's she putting that numbing cream, Bobby?
Hey, listen.
But we know
Bobby
she
don't
was
do
shaving.
that. Bobby don't do stuff like that.
Who?
Bobby don't fool with no numbing cream.
I put it on my face to shave. My face hard.
Bobby ain't also smoking a cigar in his own house either.
All of it. But to be honest with y'all, the one thing that I didn't see,
Okay.
those two have been on social media together for a long time.
Yes.
They have,
Oh.
and
Shaunie and Keon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
the pastor. The one, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to all y'all talk here, and I come up with a note of mine. I just come up with. They nobody ever talked about. You know when couples get tattoos later in life, they usually get couples tattoos.
Yes.
Matching.
Yes.
Nah, man.
Matching. They old. They ain't young. They ain't 25. They ain't 35. They not even 45. Them doing damn near 60.
It's a different generation, Bob.
but
Hold
not
on,
in
hold on.
the
Generation for who?
Elgin.
not in the church, Elgin. Not in the
everybody.
church, Elgin.
For
Not in the
everybody.
church, bro.
Hey,
The
Elgin,
church.
this
Church
all
is
I'm
not
saying.
exempt.
Where's his
The church is
tattoo?
not.
She
Hold
got
on.
Where's
one.
that too, Bobby? I'm right there with you, Bob. I'm right there
Where's his
with you.
The
tattoo?
church is
That's
not
all I'm
exempt.
saying.
Somebody got
Elgin.
Snapchat on their phone. They put a little thing on their arm and see it look good. They'll go get a doggone tattoo. That's how
Hold
easy
on,
it is now.
Rhonda, hold on though. Bobby
Them little
preaching
filters.
because my business is the church. We got to do everything together because his image we portray it as
Hold
a
on.
first lady and pastor.
So you can't. And this is what we hold. I think entertainers, pastors, everybody that's in a position of power, we hold them into a situation where we put so much on them. That's why you see people consistently fall from grace because you prop them up too high instead of looking at that you are just a human being. You're susceptible to mistakes. You're susceptible to making bad decisions.
Elgin, I
All of those
agree.
things.
I agree, but we talking about the pastor and the first lady. I'm
We talking
saying the
about the
first lady is
They're
the
tattoo.
not
pastor.
exempt.
I'm
They're
saying
Talking
the
not
about
pastor.
exempt.
tattoo.
Yes, they are, bro. You got
Name
to
me one
operate at high
pastor
level.
that ain't had a scan or had some in
No,
his
no, no,
life
no,
that
no,
come
no.
up while he's
Touch
in the
not
past.
my anointing. Touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Every one of those pastors sit up in there and tell you they hear from God on your behalf, which means they separating themselves and saying they different. You come to church to hear from somebody that you believe you can't hear from God directly the same thing. Okay?
Nope.
No. But why are you
That's too much
listening to him?
power for one man. Like Kanye said, no one man should have all that power. That's
No,
not
no,
the
no, no.
case.
Hey, dude, I get it. Y'all come. Hey, look, y'all gonna listen to this on Jeff Sunday service. Y'all come listen to me. I'm just a regular guy. I ain't got no
Oh
fivefold
my
ministry.
God.
I ain't got come to Jeff Sunday service. I ain't got no fivefold ministry girl. But my point to you is, flesh and blood should not inherit the kingdom. Technically, I ain't got no problem with Shaunie get this tattoo.
Mhm.
But I also understand what Shaunie's business is, and she just uprooted her customer base. Because the
Well, let me
customer
ask you this,
base.
Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, Shaunie was who she is before she was a first lady.
And that's why I said Shaunie is the pastor and Keon is the first.
Why do
No, no,
you
no,
think
no.
I brought up
Let's not put
fucking
titles on. Let's
Michelle
just talk about
Obama?
her as a woman. Just her as a woman.
Really.
She was a woman and
So
who she was before she married him.
Agreed. Which means when Keon bought her own, he was bringing her own. He was bringing her own to elevate him because she
No.
didn't need elevating. She was
Oh, let
Shaq's
me ask you a
wife.
question.
did
So
his
you think
church get in
Okay,
trouble?
what
Like,
was
Hey,
Shaunie's purpose of marrying him?
Elgin.
No, no.
Where
What
was
was Shaunie's
Michelle
purpose of
before
marrying him?
Barack? Where was Michelle before
Ask that
Barack?
question again. Ask that question
Where
again,
was
Jeff.
Michelle before Barack?
Michelle
Michelle
was one of
his
the
Obama
boss?
top
has a
corporate
better
lawyers in
platform
America.
right now
She was one
than
of the
Barack
biggest
does.
law firms in America. Michelle Obama was her own woman. She tutored, don't forget, let me give you some history. She tutored Obama. She helped him along the way. She was his tutor in school, in law.
So okay, Elgin. Now answer this question: Who was the
Now
president
understand
then?
that.
Now who was the president then?
Listen, Obama
Michelle.
was the president.
No, Michelle was the president.
Okay, let me ask you this, Jeff. They was crying for Michelle to run for president. It was
She
a
didn't
big
need to run. She
outcry from
already
the
had
general
8 years of it.
I
She already had
understand the
And
8.
she said
story.
that was
I
not her role.
understand the
She didn't
story
want that.
out of Chicago, Elgin. I understand the story. I get it. And I'm not disrespecting Michelle and what she's done with her platform and everything. But she's not who she is without Barack today. You
You're
can't deny
wrong.
that.
She just so happened to be in a light that he brought a bigger light to her. But
What?
Michelle was her own woman. Hold on.
And
She ain't
but
never
who's
stopped being
also
Michelle
in,
Obama. That's what you fail to
because you're
realize.
telling me
With or
legacy.
without the president,
Hold on.
she was gonna still be Michelle Obama. You just wouldn't have known her.
No. Stop right there, Jeff. Because Elgin just made my point. What I'm talking about with Shaunie, and for all of y'all listening on Jeff's Sunday service, he just made my point. What he just said about Michelle is exactly the same with Shaunie. Shaunie came with her own treasure. Shaunie didn't need Keon. Keon needed Shaunie. Church is on
He
the
didn't
decline.
need her.
Yes, he did
Did he
need
have
her.
a
So he
church?
just made your point.
Did he have a church?
Yeah, he had a church, but it wasn't like it is now.
Did he have a church?
Yeah, but yeah,
Was
I
he
got
under
a
the biggest
MacBook.
pastor? Was
I
he
got a
under the
MacBook, but
biggest
if enough
pastor?
people come on this
Was he
podcast, I can
under
get
the?
two.
Hold on. Was he under the biggest pastor in America?
No, he was not one of the biggest pastors in
I said,
America.
was he under the biggest
He was
pastor?
under.
under the biggest pastor, but what
So,
happens
so,
when that pastor falls off?
so let me ask you a question. Do you know how size of his congregation?
I can Google it, but I want to say he got about 10,000 members because he had the issue with
Now
his
let's
church.
stop. Pause. Hit the pause. But we're Dame Dash at. Hit pause. Just pause
Okay.
right there.
Okay. You want
When
me
you
to
have a
mute you?
congregation
You
of
want me to mute you so I
10,000
can keep talking?
people, hold
Okay.
on. If you have 10,000 people in your congregation, you don't need nobody to come on and
Yes.
bring you anything with
Yes, you do.
10,000.
Yes, you
Show me how
do.
many how many churches got 10,000 people in them in
Look, it
America.
ain't a whole lot of people
That's
that got
called a mega
10,000.
church.
But let me
And
help
if
you out,
you're a
Elgin.
mega church, that means you're a millionaire as a
Elgin,
pastor.
but let me school you on some stuff. Just because you got 10,000 people in it, don't mean they 10,000 who are faithful and giving. And what happens is the majority of members in church are women. He needed Shaunie to get those women giving. And those women were giving when Shaunie came.
Nah.
Shaunie is the star of the show. Shaunie is the
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a prime example. You know Paula White in Tampa. You know Paula White.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Okay. She went from Without Walls to under TD Jakes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But now she on the President's Faith Council.
Hold on. Well, how do you think she got that?
Well, because she got from under TD Jakes and she took over Zachary Tim's church in Orlando.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
she got from under TD Jakes.
She got that look from TD Jakes.
No, she married a dude from Journey. She married a dude. Don't stop.
No.
Believing.
She kept.
Come on, Jeff.
Randy White, her husband, was
Yes.
Without Walls.
Absolutely.
He was Without Walls.
And she married a dude from Journey. That's why
Randy White got divorced and then went. And went to TD Jakes.
No, and then she got
her ministry going.
But she got married to the dude from Journey, Elgin. She got married to the dude from Journey. That's why everybody knows Don't Stop Believing. That's why she's sitting next to the president right now.
No. What I'm saying is her ministry.
Elgin, you want to talk about 10,000 followers?
Her ministry kept going through TD Jakes. She would have fell off without TD Jakes picking her up.
Here we go. Let me do this.
Let me use your mute button, man. Use your mute button.
And you get me, you got me.
Touch that button.
You wanted me, you got me.
No, bro. I'm enjoying what you're saying. I'm looking at that right now. Shaunie got 1.8 million followers on Instagram. Okay? Shaunie got 1.8 million followers on Instagram. I'm looking up Keon right now. I'm looking at Keon. Keon got 1.6. Who the pastor again?
Keon. I never knew God said if you ain't got over a certain many followers, you are not coming to heaven.
I get it.
Not speak the word of God.
But what? Look, Keon. Look, guys. This is all alleged.
And Keon ain't no superstar. He ain't been in the limelight. He went next to Shaquille O'Neal, and he still got 1.6 followers. Now you tell me the power of that.
What was it before he got with Shaunie? It was in 700,000. Yes, it does matter. My point. Let me tell y'all this, guy. Cause as the Baptist preacher said, we get ready to close.
As Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, you want to talk about 10,000 followers with that shit?
What are you saying? Bruh, you gonna get, bruh. I told you to say ish, bruh. You can't say the SHIT word now.
Sorry. Yeah. All right.
Look, guys, look. Let me tell y'all this. Because I think this was a very fruitful discussion. I don't know if we accomplished anything, but it was a fruitful discussion.
Not a thing.
Look, let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. The scripture tells us Christ is not confusion. Whatever you think of Shaunie, whatever you think of Keon, this tattoo cover-up caused confusion. It caused confusion, right? No matter what you think, because let me tell y'all this. We should not be on a podcast with everything going on. NBA Finals, hockey, all these things that's going on in the world, Israel and Iran. We are talking about Shaunie getting a tattoo cover-up. And let me tell y'all this. Not only did Shaunie get a tattoo cover-up, Shaunie didn't lost weight. Shaunie didn't have no makeup, and she looked amazing. She looked amazing. What I saw right there was Keon is no longer in control. Let me tell y'all, you lose them how you got them. Keon met.
So I guess you should have ate fried chicken and been 300 pounds.
Yes, that's what I like my first lady to be. That's what I want my first lady to be.
Your wife ain't nowhere near that.
Hey, she ain't no real pastor.
But you got Jeff Sunday service.
No, I ain't no real pastor. She don't subscribe to Jeff Sunday service.
Hold on. What's one of the back? Hold on. See, Shaunie lost weight. You know why? Because she was sending a message. I gotta lead by example. If the number one thing is
hold on. You just preached. You said she got to leave by example or lead?
I said
he's already leading by example on what she did.
Because if you know the number one killer of black community is high blood pressure and diabetes, how could you not talk about that and that be a big relevant part of your church?
I got that right now. I got that right now, and I'm looking good. Well, other than a couple puffy eyes.
I'm just saying she leads by example.
No, but bro,
that's the conversation that you need to have. In the black church, you got to talk about really relevant issues. Or any church. Let's not talk about race. In any church, that is a problem in America.
That's Keon's story right now, guys. This is Keon's story.
Sugar and bacon is an issue for Elgin up there. You know,
guys, I'm showing y'all Keon's story right now. This is his story on Instagram. I'm showing it to y'all right now. Okay? All right. I'm showing y'all his story on Instagram right now. I'm looking for Shaunie. I'm looking for Shaunie on his story.
She's healing up.
No, she I'm looking at the story. Look at this, guys. Look at this now. This is Keon's story on Instagram right now. Now I could have pulled it up. Look at this, guys. And I'm telling y'all right now, married. No. I'm just showing y'all right now. Right. This is his story. Now I'm going somewhere with this, LJ, before we get out of here. This is her story. I mean, his story. This is Keon page. Right. Y'all see this now. Y'all see this. What I'm trying to tell y'all is they already letting y'all know. They already letting y'all know what's up. They already letting y'all know what's up. Now, here's what's gonna happen, guys. They letting you know the next conference that's coming up. Now I'm gonna go to Shaunie's page. Keon letting y'all know. Normally when Keon promoting anything, Shaunie the first one. Shaunie the first one. He knows she the draw card. She the draw card. Look at this, right? Now we don't want to hear Keon talk. Look at that.
And then why take action?
Look at that, right? Now that's Keon's page. Hold on, guys. That's Keon's page. Now let's go to Shaunie's page. I'm just clicking on her story. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. We ain't got to see all that. Look at that, guys. Look. Your next move matters more than your last mistake. Look at what that say. Your next move matter than your last mistake.
Well, where's the lie?
Right.
Look.
Right.
Last mistake is she said she trying to get out that marriage.
Guys,
he done slipped up in something.
She done slipped out. Look. He's not on her story. She ain't on his story, and they were doing everything together. I'm telling you right now, LJ. Look, let me tell you this.
They can never have their own separate lives.
No, not when you in front of the church, bro.
A relationship is just a healthy relationship. As you have your marriage.
No,
and
bro.
then you still have to be an individual. So you have your marriage,
Bobby.
But then your wife has to be her own woman, and
you
have to be your
Bobby.
own man, and together you are a couple.
LJ, I get what you're saying.
And once those lines are blurred, you got problems.
LJ, I'm getting what you're saying in reality. I'm gonna get Bobby in here before we get ready to get out of here. Bobby said it in the beginning. This is a church. There's different rules in the church, and Shaunie is not playing by them rules. And she said, your next move is better than your last mistake. What is she calling him right now? What is she calling him, Bobby?
He never has. He's a dog.
I can't say it on here. I can't say it, but it's not nice.
Yeah, it ain't nice. It ain't nice. Look, guys, let me tell y'all something. I'm a fan.
What she doing? She's backpedaling. That's what you know.
You know what she's doing. This woman did Basketball Wives. This woman is the female Donald Trump when it comes to TV. A lot of people may not like Trump, but Trump knew TV. Shaunie knows TV. Shaunie knew exactly what she was doing. He got his story over here, getting out of that same SUV that they would get out of together. Shaunie over here saying, your next move is better than your last mistake. And let's be honest, how did they meet? Keon left his wife because he was with Shaunie. Right? Let's be honest now. Keon got a little problem here. Keon got a little problem with the ladies. I'm telling you, Elgin, that everything you said was true, brother. I ain't disagreeing with you on anything except what Bobby said. Let's talk church now, because church don't operate like regular business in regular life. There's a certain role you got to play in the church. In the church now, Rhonda. Look.
What Elgin was saying
he only did it for the platform to get followers. He didn't do it because he loved Shaunie. He did
what do you say, Jeff? Repeat that. He was trying to get what? He was trying to do a platform to get what, Jeff?
Keon didn't do it for the love of Shaunie. He did it for the followers and the platform. It's clear as day.
He's not getting any more followers. He's not getting any more followers. So now, guess what? And she ain't been growing since she got with him. And guess what? She tired of these religious church ladies. She want to be back over here with these basketball wives.
She want to be real. She want to be real.
What you say? Hold on. What you say, Rhonda? You want to be what?
She wants to be real. It ain't nothing but fake people in church.
It ain't but fake people in the church.
She's got that dog in her. She's got that dog in her. You can literally thank Jack for that.
Yes.
It's going to always be difficult when you go, and you're right. It is, let's be realistic. It is a traditional rules in the church.
In the church.
And perceptions and how they want you to be in the church as a woman, as a pastor. That is there. That's no facts. That's the truth. That's there. But at the same time, you can't grow a congregation in today's society with that kind of mindset. You cannot do it. You can't grow in the church.
Oh, Elgin, you just preached again. You can't do what? You can't.
Ask Michelle Obama. Ask Michelle Obama.
That traditional thinking.
But guess what, Elgin? You just preached. Keon is obligated to do traditional things. When Shaunie gets this tattoo, guys, let me tell y'all this. When I got my 2 tattoos, the only thing that was in my mind is, oh my God, my church didn't raise me like this. And
Well,
every
what
time I
your mama
go,
gonna say?
and what my mama gonna say, like
That's the
they like,
last goddamn thing that went through my goddamn head, honoring my
I mean,
mother
what
and
are
my
you,
grandmother.
bro?
And
Bro,
I'm
we
talking
live,
about
though.
Southern fucking
Bro, we gotta
Baptist
clean.
and Northern Catholic.
We gotta clean your
Me,
mouth up, dog. We
Pipe
gotta
it
clean your
down,
mouth
pipe
up
it
before you come
down,
back
pipe
on
it
here
down.
again. We gotta clean your mouth up before you come back on. Hey, look, fellas. Look, let me say this, guys. Let me say this. I
I
appreciate
speak
everybody
the
being
truth.
on.
I'm sorry, guys.
No. I'm gonna say this, guys. I'm gonna say this because I think it was a good discussion. We need to do a part 2. Let's see what's gonna happen with Keon and Shaunie. I think a divorce is happening. Before we get out of here, I want everybody to give me the takeaway. Bobby, we're gonna start with you. Jeff, we're gonna go to you. Elgin, we're gonna go to you, and Rhonda, we're gonna finish up with you since you're the female on this
Hmm.
panel. What's y'all
Is that
takeaway
why?
from the night? Bobby, go ahead. Jeff, you next.
my
Elgin, and then Rhonda.
takeaway is, well, my takeaway is you would, but y'all don't want to know what my takeaway is because the same thing been going on in church ever since I was a little boy. That's the takeaway.
Okay.
And that's not
Amen.
okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's your
So, and
takeaway. The
nothing
same
was
thing.
accomplished. Nothing was accomplished tonight.
Yeah. Okay. You said nothing was. You
Nothing.
said nothing. You
Nothing.
said nothing was.
The same thing gonna
That's I'm
happen in
like,
the
that's
church.
not okay. Mhm.
You said nothing. All right. Hey Jeff, you go next. What's your takeaway from the night?
Honor that brother, honor that covenant, honor everybody else in between. Peace.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Elgin, what's your takeaway, brother?
My takeaway is we need to stop worried about church and conforming to the church and get more to spirit, the spirit of God. God didn't say you didn't have to go through the church to get to me. He didn't say you had to go through the church to get to me. So for me, it's like stop looking at a church and a pastor and a leadership of a church as got to be a gateway to God or to Jesus. X that out. Have your own spirituality because if you want to be whoever you want to be, you don't need a church to connect with God. That's mine.
Well, hey, look, you don't follow Jeff Sunday service, do you? You sound like me. Hold on
Oh
now.
my
Hold on.
Lord.
You sound like
Hey,
a bootleg preacher to me.
Elgin trying to sound like scripture when he doesn't know any better.
I'm about to
Love.
send him. I'm about to send him an offering after that. Rhonda, jump in there. Let us know what your takeaway is.
Look, I'm gonna close it out like I always do. Don't get married. There's nothing blessed about it. Don't get nobody's child name on your body. Let Shawnee live and let that man preach. Now, if they got to do it separately, that's on them. But don't get married. Back to you, JB.
Hey,
For
look.
your
Hey,
relationship.
look. Rhonda say that on every podcast, but I'm gonna tell y'all what my takeaway is. I'm gonna tell y'all what my takeaway is. Quit happened long before stop occurs. This marriage is over. Now, what we got to look at is what are their next steps going to be? Because one was a blessing and one was a curse. I can only know that when they separate. Why? Because the scripture tell me the wheat and the tares grow together. The only way you going to know the separation is at harvest time. Does Shaunie have something lined up or does Keon have something lined up? But right now, that tattoo is sending a message that we are separate. And I showed y'all those stories for a reason. And we don't understand that everything has clues. One of my favorite games growing up was the game Clue. And if you play the game Clue, the signs are already there. You got to figure it out. The crime had already been committed. Now, Bobby said we didn't accomplish anything tonight. And guess what, guys? He's right. Just like Keon and Shaunie ain't accomplishing nothing no more either. They operating separately, and a house divided against itself cannot stand. And y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real cigar, Jeff. Y'all get down in the description, man. Support the channel. Get the merch. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for notifications so you get notified every time we go live, man. Make sure you follow the channel. Get the merch, man. I want to thank my panel. Bobby, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
Man, you can find me on Parker's Post on any level, and also they also call me Mr. My Guy Cigar all over the world. My guys.
Okay, Jeff, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
What, me?
Yeah, you, bro. You only Jeff up here, dog.
Took a call on Instagram, social media, Jeff Call.
Okay, Elgin, you got any socials you want to let the people know to follow you on,
Yes.
brother? You were dropping some wisdom tonight.
Yes, LGC at LGC 813 on Facebook and LGC 813 on Instagram.
Awesome. Rhonda, let them know where to find you on the socials.
On IG at RMB LMBT.
And of course, y'all know where to find me, man. And until next time, we gonna holler.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got Jeff around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
Jeff, next time turn your